It's like fire shut up in my bones. The words of the Most High is so sweet to my soul. It's like fire, fire. It's like fire shut up in my bones. Shut up in my bones. And excitement I can't hide, 'cause to me Yahweh has shown. Living in a Babylon, one thing so strange. My people have forgotten the Almighty's name. Them read the good book and yet them cannot see the Most High, no Christian, no Rasta deity. And now I will teach you some knowledge rarely known. If your heart be willing to turn to the right and leave the wrong alone. Shut up in my bones. And excitement I can't hide, 'cause to me Yahweh has shown. It's like fire shut up in my bones. The words of the Most High is so sweet to my soul. I used to go to church, which I thought was the way. The man on the cross, him will save you, them say. I used to go be there somewhere them smoke the ganja. On them t-shirt, them wearing the goddamn Father. And I say, oh no, this cannot be. If I keep going this way, my life will surely go down to the pit like fire, fire. Shut up in my bones. And excitement I can't hide, 'cause to me Yahweh has shown. It's like fire shut up in my bones. The words of the Most High is so sweet to my soul. Black man, come on, wake up, type B, understand. From the dust of the earth, you're original man. Shake yourself off and rise up and you will stand tall. Got to keep His commandments and walk in His laws. Don't rob your brother, nor slander your sister. No gun, no murder. Yes, I am my brother's keeper. Fire, fire, shut up in my bones. And excitement I can't hide, 'cause to me Yahweh has shown. It's like fire shut up in my bones. The words of the Most High is so sweet to my soul.
Nowhere in the New Testament does Yah speak to anyone at any time.
Behold, Yahweh is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. For the Lord, Yahweh Ben Yahweh, my strength and my song, all the day long. Cry out and shout, thou inhabitant of Zion. For great is Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel. And cry out and shout, thou inhabitant of Zion. For great is Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel. Yahweh Ben Yahweh alone. of Zion. For great is Yahweh, Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel. Cry out and shout, thou inhabitant of Zion. For great is Yahweh, Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel. Yahweh Ben Yahweh, create me a clean heart. From Yahweh, cast me not away. Restore to me the joy of your salvation each and every day. And glorify your name. You are divine, and I see that I need your mind, Yahweh, in me. Please give me a sign to see. Construct the time, Yahweh, and save me. Cry out and shout, thou inhabitant of Zion. For great is Yahweh, Ben Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel. Cry out and shout, thou inhabitant of Zion. For great is Yahweh, Ben Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel. Yahweh Ben Yahweh, your love is true, and from me to you, I love to do your divine will. I thank you in my mind for all the time that you've been there for me. And please don't ever leave me. You are divine. I see that I need your mind, Yahweh, in me. Please give me a sign to see. Touch up the time, Yahweh, save me. Yahweh, Yahweh, please forgive me. According to your multitude of tender mercy, renew my mind and help me overcome the world of sin and all iniquity. By your divine design, cry
Well, praise Yahweh and happy Feast of Week 6026. I am one of your hosts, Yisrael Ben Yahweh, alongside my co-host, Samuel Boaz Yisrael Ben Yahweh. Shalom, brother.
Shalom and happy Feast of Weeks.
That it is. Praise Yahweh, and we're in for another treat tonight, and I'm not talking about trick or treat. It's going to be a powerful message coming to us for it tonight, y'all. So we look forward to that. Before we get to that, just give you a rundown of the show tonight. First, we're going to open up with a prayer to our Heavenly Father. Right after that, we're going to have a welcome. And after that, we're going to have a edification for our teaching priests tonight. Praise Yahweh. I look forward to that. And then right after that, we're going to get a message from the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the master teacher. And then the next part of that, we all get to participate in. So with no further ado, my brother, will you do us the honors tonight?
Yes, if you're in a position, we invite you to face the east while we open up with a prayer to our Father Yahweh. O Yahweh, God of our salvation, save us, gather us together, and deliver us from this heathen, so that we may give thanks to thy holy name and glory in thy praise. Blessed be the holy name of Yahweh and Israel forever. O Yahweh, let them be confounded that persecute us, but let not us be confounded. Let our enemies be dismayed, but please let not us be dismayed. Bring upon our enemies the day of evil, and destroy them with a double destruction. O Yahweh, forgive our fathers for breaking your laws, and please forgive us for breaking your laws. Help us to never bring shame against thy great name, nor reproach unto thy works. For surely we've turned ourselves to thee, O Yahweh, trying to be upright. And as we confess our faults, please grant us protection against all our faults, and cleanse us from our secret faults, and guide us into the best of morals. For surely our prayers and our sacrifices, our lives and our deads, are all for thee, O Yahweh. Tefillah, Avenu Shabashamayim, Yikar de Sameakar, Tarvo Malkateakar, Yease Razonka, Kibashamayim Kain Baaretz, Et Lekmakukenu, Tain Lanu Hayom, Uslak Lanu, All Karteenu, Ke Moshe So Kim, Gamanaknu, La Kotam Lanu, Veal Tevenu, Le De Nisayom, Kim Kal Senu, Minhara, Kilakar, Ha Mamlaha, Veha Gibara, Veha Teferis, Le Olame, Olamim, Sila. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. Praise Yahweh.
Praise Yahweh. And now for our welcome. Brother Gabriel, you do have rights to, if you want to take over. You have to unmute yourself.
Praise Yahweh, fam.
Praise Yahweh.
So we're doing this. Shalom and welcome to Yahweh's Feast of Weeks in the solar year 6026. Be prepared to be wowed with a wealth of knowledge taught by our Father, Yahweh Ben Yahweh. And yes, from the same KJV Bible that you hold. So be prepared to take notes. The Feast of Weeks follows Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread, 7 weeks and 7 Sabbaths perfect, and is the conclusion of Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread. To keep Feast of Weeks is to keep Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread. Deuteronomy 16:10 through 12 reads, "And thou shalt keep the Feast of Weeks unto the Lord thy God Yahweh with a tribute of a freewill offering of thine hand, which thou shalt give unto the Lord thy God Yahweh, according as the Lord thy God Yahweh has blessed thee. And thou shalt rejoice before the Lord thy God Yahweh. thou and thy son and thy daughter and thy manservant and thy maidservant and the Levite that is within thy gates, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow that are among you, in the place which the Lord thy God, Yahweh, hath chosen to place his name there. And thou shalt remember that thou was a bondman in Egypt, and thou shalt observe and do these statutes. The Feast of Weeks, and I quote Yahweh Ben Yahweh, when applied, is infinite wealth, infinite rulership, infinite peace, infinite power, infinite glory, infinite honor, infinite fame, infinite life. All of this is encompassed in the law of the Feast of Weeks. End quote. So family, please join us in the application of keeping the laws of Yahweh. And remember, Yahweh Ben Yahweh loves you, and so do we. Shalom and welcome.
Praise Yahweh. I like to give thanks to the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh for teaching us of this occasion of the Feast of Weeks. And it is my honor to introduce tonight's teaching priest. Sister Tamah has been a faithful servant of Yahweh since she received the letters YAHWEH on a little piece of paper. She went home and researched it, and she has been a faithful servant ever since. I could say a whole lot about her accomplishments. I can say a whole lot about the things that she do on a daily basis that are in line to the will of Yahweh. But most of us know her. Most of us know her abilities and her dedication to the will of Yahweh. So I'm not going to take up any of her time. I just want you to put your hands together and welcome Sister Tamah, my queen, as she gives an offering to Yahweh in the form of a presentation. Praise Yahweh, Sister Tamah.
Well, praise Yahweh. I am truly honored, grateful, and just absolutely astonished by that warm welcome, and also by the previous night's information that we have received thus far. Told our brother Lou, I am so grateful to you and grateful to the Most Honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh for forming you and shaping you in the man that you are. I thank Yahweh every day for you being in my life. So praise Yahweh. And I most importantly thank Yahweh for being in my life and bringing me the word of truth, Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Well, I am your facilitator or presenter for this evening. My name is Sister Tamah, and I'm just grateful to be here in this occasion to be of the first fruit offerings at this Feast of Weeks, solar year 6026. I invite you tonight as we go on this journey. I'm going to pose some ideas, some things for your consideration, and I encourage you to make note of these things. If you don't already have available, grab yourself a pen and paper, grab yourself a King James Version of the Bible, several dictionaries and thesauri, so that you're able to go on an exploration in this word of truth. And also, again, explore and review the presenters from the previous night's teachings. They're available for you on YouTube. And also, we encourage you to visit the Nation of Yahweh's website. That's the nationofyhwh.com. Sign up for the newsletter and just stay connected in general, because this is where we'll be discussing really critical and important topics that's needed for us to overcome the world. And that said, I'm going to be presenting a prepared offering from How to Overcome the World. And in my presentation, this comes from the book written by the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. Now, if you're new to this word or just now coming about this information, I encourage you to visit the Nation of Yahweh's Facebook page, YouTube channel, and just learn from the many offerings already there. But also, you can visit the Nation of Yahweh and email us at info@thenationofyhwh.com to gain access to this wonderful, powerful information called How to Overcome the World. It is designed to help you indeed overcome the world. So I'll start and I begin with sharing a reading from this chapter, Every Good and Perfect Gift. And again, this comes from it comes from How to Overcome the World. So we'll post and make available which page, but it's called Every Good and Perfect Gift. Overcoming the world requires you to understand that every good gift and every perfect gift is from above and comes down from Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. Of his own will begat he you, the word of truth, that you should be a kind of first fruit of his creatures. James chapter 1, verses 17 and 18. The people of Yahweh Ben Yahweh are virgins, which means a people that are unaware, unconscious, ignorant in the dark, blindfolded, unenlightened, uninitiated, unversed, etc. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goes. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and to the Lamb Yahweh Ben Yahweh. And in their mouth is found no guile, no fraud, no deceit, no slickness, no treachery. For they are without fault before the throne of Yahweh. Revelations chapter 14, verses 4 and 5. Wow. What a powerful passage of information to consider for us, for us to consider tonight. And again, this offering is really from my studyings and lifting out some just small facts, but big ideas for you to consider and take into your day-to-day. And that said, I want to invite you into this conversation. We won't be having a back and forth, but just take notes and then be prepared to go on your own journey. A couple of things that came out in this conversation for me. A couple of points. First of all, wouldn't it be nice, family, to receive a good and perfect gift? Let's consider that thought for a moment. A good and perfect gift. Now, Family, Yahweh said in this chapter that there is a gift and we need to consider what that gift is. But before we go there, I just want you to pluck out the two words, good and perfect. And I'm going to encourage you to take those two words and study on your own, because this is going to unlock several layers of the truth from Yahweh. And thank you, Brother Samuel, page 323 of How to Overcome the World. So for your reference and your future exploration, please go to page 323 in How to Overcome the World. But also take note of good and perfect and add that to your studies, because this is going to unlock so many additional layers to this word that these truths that we're exploring today. But imagine a good and perfect gift. Now, in this teaching, our gift, according to the teaching, is the word of truth. Now, let's consider that for a moment. Now, as we know in our own studies, and for those of you who are new to our studies, if you visit James chapter 1, verses 17 and 18, as we brought out in tonight's teaching, every good and perfect gift is from above and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness. Okay, so we won't go too deep into the word variableness, but just understand there's no variations from the truth. The truth is the truth. And what we will be exploring here in just a moment is, what is the truth? Considering that our gift is the word of truth, we must really get a little bit more familiar with what is the truth and how this is relative to our lives, our day-to-day lives. I mean, there's some things that are happening now, and we really should be in the frame of thought of fixing things based off what we're seeing. And it starts with us gaining the proper understanding. So let's look at this word truth for a moment. Truth is the actual state, the true or actual state of a matter. It is conformity with fact or reality. I want to skip down to one version of this definition here, which is actuality or actual existence. Now, with this understanding, we're not just talking about, you know, how we get in conversation with people and we start debating and we consider people to either be a truth teller or a liar. You know, that's a very surface level of what we're talking about here. If we dig deeper, and as was brought out in this definition, we're talking about our very existence. So consider this, our existence is the truth. So if our existence is the truth, and the word of truth is our gift from above, there's something taking place here, a condition or a state that's actually not true. So we're dealing with a whole lot of, as Brother Amon shared last night, there's some deceptions. There are many deceptions that we have to uncover, but our truth is we must uncover the truth of our existence and how we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to live. Now, and in this, I'm gaining an understanding. Me personally, I don't know about everybody else, but me personally, I need to understand that I need to wake up to my existence. Now, when I reflect back on this message that Yahweh Ben Yahweh shared and how to overcome the world, there were some words that were used to describe this people who are subject to these certain conditions. These people are unaware, they're unconscious, ignorant, in the dark, blindfolded, unenlightened, uninitiated. So we aren't conscious of our true reality. But there's a promise here that we do become conscious and we gain this good and perfect gift, because our existence, our very existence, depends on us being conscious of this gift. Now, I know we're getting a little deep, but I just want to, frame this up a little bit, because we're going to have a conversation about a couple of just some really basic concepts. So we now understand that the good and perfect gift is something that's given from above, that's connected to Yahweh. This is connected to righteous. This is connected to goodness. And we'll explore those things in just a moment. But where we're challenged at right now is we're currently in a state of existence that's ruled by Satan's deception. We have these deceptive things that are challenging us as a people, as a global society. We were created to be a certain way, but across the globe, we are challenged with our existence being good, being perfect. So in understanding this, in understanding that this is not our true reality, let's explore why these things are an issue. Let's consider this. When you get up every day, you have some basic necessities that you have to meet. And I'm lifting out more and more of these challenges. And this is what everyone across the globe is dealing with. How do you feed yourself? How do you gain access to your basic necessities? Do you beg someone? Do you pay someone? Isn't this something, and we think about good and perfect. And as you go on your exploration on your own in these words, you'll begin to associate with perfect means to be whole, complete, gaining access to all that belongs to you. So whole and complete means you're able to meet your needs. Well, currently, we're not able to meet our needs. We have to go ask someone. We also have to pay people for stuff like food. We have to pay people for stuff like water. And we live on this globe, this planet that consists largely of water. But as creatures on this planet, we are actually having to go pay people for our water. Now let's look at the other creatures, right? Creatures like the birds, creatures, other animals, they freely meet their needs. Now they are subject to a food chain, right? They're subject to some kind of ruling principle that governs their behavior. So they have to have a way of life that ensures that they are able to sustain their life, right? So when we think about us in the family of people and the creatures that occupy this planet, right now, we're subject to someone else actually helping us meet our needs. We have to pay for food. Most of us don't grow our own food. There's some people that do. And, when you learn of people who are learning these different concepts, they're gaining an understanding of their true reality, their true existence. They understand that proper stewardship enables them to sustain and meet their needs, but also replenish the planet that we occupy. Now, I'm going somewhere with this. Now, when we think about water, again, we name all the creatures across the globe, and most of them can freely access stuff like water if they need it. Most things do. They freely access their natural their natural habitations unhindered. But when there's interruption and disruption from someone, then that hinders their ability to exist. Now, we think about our ability to exist, right? our ability to exist, we have to pay for water, we have to pay for food, we have to pay for shelter. And we're talking about being good, perfect, being whole. This means something has happened, and it's been described here in this chapter. There's a state of unconsciousness to our actual true existence. So what this means is we need to reach to the knowledge of Yahweh, the knowledge of goodness, to learn what is good, what is righteous, so that we are able to meet our needs. We can become self-sufficient, independent, being actual natural rulers. And then according to this, the wisdom that we have here, we're of the first fruits. We're of the first fruits. So let's go explore that a little bit. The first fruits of his creatures. If you look at the definition of first fruits, and you can do an etymological research of what this word means, but I'll share a few points that stood out to me. To offer firstling, or the first fruits. To take away the first fruits of the production of the earth, which was offered unto Yahweh. The first portion of the dough from which sacred loaves were prepared. Hence the term used of persons consecrated to God Yahweh for all time. So somewhere along time, we became not consecrated to Yahweh, because if we were able to maintain and sustain that, all of the needs, all of the things that our existence, we'd be living in our true reality. It'd be in truth and perfection. We'd be able to freely serve Yahweh and practice goodness the way we were created to be. Now, what I also want to offer is, when we look back at this word truth, it's about our character. It's about our state and our condition. Oftentimes, we take our studies, and these are good things that we can repeat back. We can recite things back very, very accurately and very astutely. But when we think about what happens in our day-to-day, how we're living, what goodness is resonating throughout your daily practices. And we can, again, let's think through very basic concepts of what that looks like. So when we often use, especially in conversation in the unfolding light, we often use the example of feeding ourselves. So we'll continue that thread, but it leads to so many other basic decisions that we have to make on a day-to-day basis. So feeding yourselves, you consciously choose things that may or may not be for the good of your body, right? And we know that according to our studies and the knowledge we've received so far throughout this feast, that Satan has deceived the whole world. So things such as MSG are being polluted into the foods, chemicals, petrochemicals, artificial flavors, preservatives, and these things don't necessarily work for the good of your body. But we make choices every day to actually do that which is not good. So are you seeing a little thread of thought going throughout this study? If you're connected to a good and high thought when you're studying and you're actually inculcating this wisdom, it causes a change in your patterns, practices, and behaviors. I want to say that again. Once you begin your studies and you begin to inculcate this wisdom, you see a change in your patterns, practices, and daily habits. You see things change for your good. So the moral of the study is the moral of the story is your studies should lead you to good. Your studies should lead you to truth. A truth, again, we're talking about a true or actual state of a matter. We have to peel back the layers of the false state and the condition that we've been subjected to. Now, we're not necessarily subject to the food chain right now. I mean, we are, as we participate in eating things, we make choices on what but there's not a dominant creature that is coming to hunt us and eat us, right? But we are subject to the rule of righteous and moral behavior. And when you choose to do the opposite of that, the things that are good come from heaven, come from above, come from Yahweh. If you choose to be in opposite behavior, practices, and patterns from that, what you see, what you experience in your day-to-day is subject to the deception. You get consumed. You get consumed with the deception of the enemy of Yahweh. So waking up to what our true existence is, and also realizing, as we understood in the deception, that there's an existence that we're all falling subject to. Now, I want to offer another idea. Let's take a look at Romans chapter 6, verse 23. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God, Yahweh, is eternal life through Yahweh Ben Yahweh, our Lord. So the things that the common thread that we're exploring here is choosing to live the way that you were created to live, choosing your true existence, choosing to be what you were created to be, choosing to actually live in accordance with that which is in truth and perfection, but also realizing that there is something else at play and knowing Satan's deception, being able to recognize it. And again, I encourage you to explore the previous teachings that gives you more and more ideas around this deception. Brother Lude also shared some profound knowledge about this. So please go back to the previous night's teachers so you can gain that context, that understanding and support for your studies. We choose to live the way in again, outside of our proper existence. So what do we need to be doing? What are some practices? What are the things we need to put in play in our lives every day? Now, I've been saying this throughout this thread, but let's start with study. You know, we understand that Yahweh Ben Yahweh gave us study as a process. It's a process for unlocking the truth so that we can reveal these practices in our day-to-day lives. So we research all the facts about a thing, seek to understand the nature of that thing, and then we apply that. So that's what we're at now. We're in the actual application of your studies. So when we again look at these scriptures, you have to consider, is this going to be, and you have to consider, like, you use the scriptures as your basis for making decisions. It's your process for like identifying whether something's good or bad. Again, you know, you use that as your grounding for everything that you have to do every day. So again, we use food. We also use how we support each other as a family and showing love one to another. You know, are these things that we're engaging in, are they engaging with the love of Yahweh, or are we actually operating in opposite energy? Again, we choose, but our studies lead us to consider, is this in alignment with the ways that Yahweh taught me to be? Am I living out my true purpose in life? And we know, according to our studies, and here's another tool for your processing, is to study your name. Yahweh Ben Yahweh gave you, we received our divine Hebrew names as the nature of our character and being. And it's what we were created to be. So that level of exploration takes you into the understanding of not only the law, statute, judgments, and commandments of Yahweh, but how you are actually a part of that. Your name, those Hebrew characters, you're exhibiting the moral, ethical behavior of Yahweh is actually you being that light. And I want to bring us to another point in our exploration. Our studies, again, I alluded to this in the information provided earlier. Our study changes our practices. And I guess this is really the common thing. Pay attention to your practice. What are the ways that you're actually not being in alignment with the law of Yahweh? What are the things that you see every day that are causing you to not be imperfection? Are you paying Yahweh and yourself first? You know, these are just some, again, basic concepts. But what it also leads to is an economic practice that helps you build and gain wealth. Because what that does is it allows you to develop the mindset, the habit of proper stewardship of your resources, your money, your the things that you consume are also resources, how you take care of your body. So stewardship over your resources and this practice of paying Yahweh and yourselves first makes you develop a budget, because first you need to understand how much money you make to be able to divide that 10 and 10. So keeping track of it is a part of that practice. So all the little layers of like perfecting yourself, developing a budget, understanding what resources you need every day to meet your needs, making good decisions on where you go to actually meet those needs. All of that comes from your study and your processing of Yahweh's law. Who you choose to work with is also another factor. You know, we understand that we're in this world, but we are not of this world. And we also understand that we rightly divide the word of truth. And so there are places and spaces that we can be in that allows us to see the goodness of Yahweh. But we also know that means, you know, on a very, very, small level, that we don't go to places that are going to help add to our moral decay. Things that are making us do things that are out of alignment with us keeping the law. This is a really important and critical part of our growth as a people. Also really critical to your processing of a practice of keeping the law. And we're all in our practice. And being a proper steward of your resources, you understand that certain practices deplete your resources, like going to certain venues, being in bars. You're spending money on stuff that you don't need to spend. Who you go to support. Oftentimes, these people are extracting resources from you on purpose. Well, most all the time. So these are the things that we have to consider. And I'm saying this in this context because we read the law, we understand the words, but when it comes to like every day, we have to begin to understand that what we're looking for, what we're gaining, what we're looking to achieve is a practice that puts us back on path to being what we were created. We understand that there are over 6,000 years of deceit that we have to unravel to really unlock who we really are as a people, and how us being those good and truthful beings that resonate with our Father, which is in heaven, you know, we have to be in alignment with that. And our duty is to perfect ourselves. You know, we hear a lot of people that talk about certain things and concepts, but you know, our truth, our reality is outlined here in Matthew chapter 5, verse 48, which reads, "Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father, which is in heaven, is perfect." So all the things that are causing us troubles, all the things that are causing us harm, all the things that are making us be hurt, making us be these people that aren't able to achieve the things that we wish to achieve, lets us know that we are operating out of a condition that's built on the deceit of the enemy of our people, the enemy of our Father Yahweh. And it's our duty to be back in alignment with what we were supposed to be. And that's with the Father, which is right here, as Matthew 5:48 says, we're to be perfect. We understand that this good and great gift, this good and perfect gift, comes from heaven. And this scripture really just connects us to that. And, you know, we talked about our state of existence. We can change this. We're equipped with all we need to change our reality. We're equipped to change the existence that we currently operate from. We're equipped to make all the necessary shifts in our lives and in our practices and in the community around us. We need to wake up to our reality, choose our existence, choose to operate with a moral and ethical behavior, perfect ourselves and do the internal work, which allows us to make these good and proper decisions. Perfect our environment, the places we go, the people we see, the things that we listen to, the things that we consume inside our bodies, puts us out of alignment with what we are created to do. These are just the tipping point, the starting point of things that we need to do. And the natural progression of that means that when we behave in this way, we support others that see you operating in the same fashion, and they're attracted to that, especially those who believe in good and seek the kingdom of heaven. It's our duty to shine this light of Yahweh, which has shined in our lives. We're those first fruits. We are the ones that are guiding the people back to the way that they were created to be. We are the example of those who are created to be of the kind of the Creator, like our Father Yahweh. And us operating, living in that, and making the necessary steps is also a pathway for others. Just as Yahweh Ben Yahweh is the door for us, He is the light. It is our duty to actually be that pathway to the light, to the door. Our moral, ethical behavior, our good decisions, our consciousness that the existence that we've been given is not our true state, it's not our true existence. We choose to operate in the existence that we create in, and that puts us back into the glory of our Father Yahweh, which is giving us that good and perfect gift, and that is the word of truth. Family, it's been an honor and a pleasure to share these ideas, these thoughts for your consideration. I hope that you're able to take these and build in your own study. Take these and build on your own practices and do that which is good for you and the people around you, and be what you were created to be. I thank Yahweh for giving me this wisdom, giving me this understanding, and I thank our family for being in this space tonight. And that is my presentation. I'm looking forward to sharing more after a message from our Father, Yahweh Ben Yahweh.
I'm building my kingdom with you who voluntarily receive me.
Shalom and good day, everyone. I would like to bear witness to you today that Yahweh Ben Yahweh is God in the flesh as the Son of God, Yahweh. I bear witness to you that Yahweh Ben Yahweh is the Messiah of the Holy Bible. I bear witness to you that Yahweh Ben Yahweh is the great light and Savior of the world. He is the wisdom of the world. He is the developer of Israel and thus a standard of all life. Yahweh Ben Yahweh comes as the roaring lion, putting the fear of God Yahweh into our enemies. I bear witness to you that there is none like unto the mighty God, Yahweh Ben Yahweh. He is righteous and terrible. He is peaceful and destructive. He is perfect in understanding and perfect in complexities. He is the freer of the captives and constrains the captor. He bringeth the rain and manifests drought. He is meek and high-minded. He openeth the eyes of the blind and conceals from the haughty. I bear witness to you today that Yahweh Ben Yahweh is here in me and you as the conqueror to guide us into eternal victory. Praise Yahweh!
I'm building my kingdom with you who voluntarily receive me. Behold, I stand at your door and I knock. Some of you are sitting back in there, got your door all locked up, hollering out, who is it? I don't mind telling you, Yahweh Ben Yahweh. And I'm calling out and saying, there's a terrible storm, it's a severe storm headed your way. And it's called the fall of Satan. And this is the time of Jacob's trouble. He's going to bring Jerusalem down from himself. To who? To the captive. the one that's been a slave in America for 434 years. You are Judah. You are that one. Now, there's 50 million blacks in America, and I'm not worried about 50 million accepting me. Let's go to Revelation 7, and I'll show you what I'm looking for. And I'll show you, you can't stop me from getting it too. Now, whoever wants to be leader over 50 million will find out in the end I'll be ruling over them too. While they're running after the big prize. They don't know what the big prize is. I do. Revelation 7, verse 3, read.
Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God Yahweh in their foreheads.
Now here are the servants of Yahweh needing a seal in their forehead. Needing a seal in their forehead. Let's go to Revelation chapter 14, verse 1 and find out what that seal, what's going to be written in your forehead. See, I know you have not known, so let me show it to you. 14:1, read.
And I looked, and lo, a Lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written in their foreheads.
See what I'm giving you? The name of my Father. And I'm going to seal this name in the heads of 144,000. Seal means you can't get out. Seal means this name, you can't take it out. You can't burn it out, you can't bomb it out, you can't shoot it out, you can't cut it out. I mean, it's sealed inside the forehead. Now see, there are people that come here that are really Satan. They know my name too. But my name is not sealed in their forehead. That's what allows them to go back. Get the picture? See, the only thing that can let you leave me is my name is not sealed in your head. You can call my name, but see, I can teach a bird to call my name. Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. He might get fried and cooked. If you get hungry, there'll be a fried bird, and you know, the name is gone from the bird, right? So knowing my name doesn't mean it's sealed. Satan knows my name too. If you're unholy, my name will not be sealed in your forehead. Notice the description was servants of Yahweh. Now that takes me to Revelation 21:7. See, you have a problem. You live in America and you got a problem. Satan is tempting you on every hand. This world is calling on you on every hand. Read verse 7.
He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, Yahweh, and he shall be my son.
If you can overcome this devil, I will be your God, and you will be my son. Only if you overcome. Now, you have not overcome because your body is around here. That's right. See, you only overcome if you obey my will around here. And if you don't make enough money to carry your weight, that's not my will. And you can't put it off in the future. You have to do it when I tell you. And you don't have to, but if you want to visit this great city, huh? If you want to live in holy Jerusalem, you'll obey my will. Well, what is your will, Yahweh Ben Yahweh? The same as my Father's will. I don't have a will. I'm just here in the flesh telling you what my Father's will is. And I just told you in Matthew 5:48, be perfect. Now, the servants of Yahweh do not believe that's too difficult to do. That's what's beautiful about the people I come for first. I'm coming first for the servants. So you have to look that word up. That's one of those really heavy, deep words. Servant. See, the Bible teaches you about servants. See, we've been taught by our enemy to hate the word servant. So we don't want to serve. We want to be doctors and lawyers and all kinds of things. I heard people talk about all kinds of things they want to be in life, and none of it is to serve. They want to make money, but they don't want to serve nobody. They love God until he becomes real. Huh? Why do people love God and he's not real to them? They can keep on doing what they want to. They don't have to serve it. But see, I'm real in the flesh, and I'm telling everybody who I am. See, I'll let you know who I am. I'm the mighty God. Now see, if you have a problem with that, remember who has the problem. And I guarantee you, your life is full of problems. Guess who is without a problem? Me. Guess who else doesn't have a problem? Those who believe in me. Those who believe in my name. Those who believe on my name. And those who receive me don't have a problem. If you're worried, you don't know me. To know me is not to worry. It's be happy. To live in this great city, holy Jerusalem, you have to be generous. Now, you cannot live in this great city unless you're generous. You cannot live in holy Jerusalem unless you're generous. And you cannot be generous unless you understand generosity. And you cannot understand generosity without 2 Timothy 2:15. Well, let's see if somebody doesn't know what that is. So I know most of you know, but let's turn to 2 Timothy 2:15 and show you the only way you can learn how to be generous. I'm here to qualify all who want to live in this great city to be able to do so.
Know and rest your mind assured. Our eyes have seen his works before, and until my last days, 'tis Yahweh I will praise. Yahweh.
Wow. What an amazing and exceptional message from the most honorable Yahweh Ben Yahweh. I didn't have to do nothing. He said it all. And it was so perfectly aligned in context with like understanding the good and perfect gift. We understand that receiving the word of truth grants us access to holy Jerusalem, to the new city. See, if you're tired of those places that you currently live, I know I am. The conditions are hard. But when you're aligned with Yahweh, He grants us access to the new city, the holy Jerusalem. He said that we have to have His name sealed in our heads, in our foreheads. Now, what does this mean? It goes back to the thing that I shared earlier around every day making sure that our decisions, Yahweh in the center of our forehead, is centering how we decide everything that we do. Every action that we take, every move that we make, Yahweh is at the center of those movements. A seal, when you look at it, is anything that serves as a confirmation and an assurance. So if you have this name, Yahweh, sealed in your name, you're confirmed and assured to gain access to holy Jerusalem. You know, Yahweh Ben Yahweh gave us, he gave us so much in here, and I would, love to keep going on, but want to pick out one or two more little things, because we were talking about a good and perfect gift. And we understand that the word of truth is our access to that good and perfect gift. But do you know, and just as Yahweh shared here in this teaching, that our inheritance, when we're aligned with the Father, we're back to what we are created to be. We are inheriting all things. That is just so deep. That is so much. And I'm just grateful to Yahweh for this truth. Our true existence is to be the good, righteous, and proper stewards of all things. Being in alignment with the mind of Yahweh gives us the ability to meet our needs. Remember, we was talking about food, shelter, and water. That no longer is a problem for you when you are in the truth of Yahweh. You're living in your existence. You're in holy Jerusalem when you have this name sealed in your forehead. We can be in America. And Yahweh Ben Yahweh he teaches so much about this. You can be in America, but not of America. So Yahweh is the answer. Yahweh is our truth. Yahweh is the solution to all the conditions, the ills, the challenges, the problems. See, when you're with Yahweh, you don't have problems. What that means, family, is every day you're choosing to do the good over the bad. You're choosing to be aligned with the Father, the mind, the path of Yahweh. He said you will, 2 Timothy 2:15, you will study. You will make sure you understand what it is that you're not falling victim to. You will understand these things that are Satan's deceptions, and you will choose to do the good things. You will choose to eat right. You will choose to build your own businesses. You will choose to educate your own children. You will choose to do good in your community. You will choose to do all the things that sets you apart from everyone else, showing people how to be what Yahweh Ben Yahweh came and showed us how to be: moral, ethical, righteous, upright, honest, all the 28 moral behavior attributes. These are things that are in our nature, in our character, and it's in our abilities to actually show the whole world how to do and be this. So family, I have so much gratitude for this message. I have so much gratitude for all the messages. I'm just thankful that Yahweh has come and given us this truth, that we have the word of truth for our own perfection so that we can be just like our Father in heaven, which is perfect. So thank you, Yahweh. Thank you, Yahweh Ben Yahweh, for this message. It's been truly an honor to be with you all tonight. I look forward to it and encourage you to return and listen to more of these teachings. We have one more night and then go back to the ones that have already presented on YouTube. So praise Yahweh. I thank you, family. Toda, for allowing me to share.
What a powerful, powerful, how many more times can I say that? Powerful message from our teaching priestess.
You can
Man.
you can say it again. Powerful.
I'm telling you, it was right in line. It's like the mind of Yahweh was all over that, you know, and it just gelled with our Father when he came on and spoke as well. What a powerful message. And praise Yahweh for our dear sister sharing that message, for Yahweh being able to use her, you know, as that vessel. Praise Yahweh, brother.
That was wonderful. I just want to give a round of applause out to our teaching priestess for that message, and then for just summing up what Yahweh Ben Yahweh said. And it's something that it's like, and I know she's still with us, but it's just so powerful when that gift, when they say the truth is the truth, that's so deep and profound with where we're living now. The truth being the truth is because we live in an era where if the truth doesn't conform to what we like or what we want or what we feel comfortable with, we now want to, change the truth into a lie. But the truth is the truth. And that's the only thing that's going to be able to set us free, is by accepting the truth. And then, as she so eloquently pointed out, we're in the application phase. See, studying is wonderful. And please continue your studies. But you must complete your studies by making the study, applying it on a daily basis. Like being able to feed yourself. See, we pay to exist. We have to acknowledge that we have to pay to exist. The application is we have to move away from paying others for our existence and begin to pay for our own existence.
Right. Praise Yahweh. She said, good and perfect. She said we need to study that, y'all. We got to add that to our studies, because everything in existence becoming that part of existence that really matters. No, that was great. That was a powerful message tonight. Praise Yahweh. But this is the part we all get to participate in, brother.
Yes, yes, it is. Giving. I mean, this is a time you can do your tithes, you can do your donations, you can do your offerings. You can definitely, and we have them posted on the screen where you can make your donations. You can definitely go to the nation of Yahweh.com, which is the nation of YHWH.com, as it is on the screen, and you can pay it there. We've also made it easy where you can use your Cash App, you can do PayPal, you can text or donate a pledge, and then you can still, if you would like, you can stick it in the mail and send it out to the P.O. box. But Feast of Weeks is about us making sure that we understand that offering and that giving. See, our sister pointed out, we have to pay to exist. That's so powerful because we have to pay for our existence. If we want to exist within the knowledge of Yahweh and build the nation of Yahweh, as our Father built the nation of Yahweh, we have to pay to do that. See, something that she said is we have to wake up to our reality. Now, I'm a person who I believe in prayer and I believe in meditation, but I can tell you that's not enough. See, we can't pray our way into heaven. We can't pray and meditate our way into rulership. That requires some paying, not praying, but paying. See, like we talk about being on our knees and begging. The execution of a prayer, the application of your prayer is, let the Father Yahweh, let your will be done here on earth as it is in heaven. See, the spiritual thing, heaven is a spiritual concept. But to bring heaven down to earth, it takes money. It takes tangible resources to manifest that. And that's what we're about doing.
And the thing about it, brother, Yahweh Ben Yahweh came to raise us up, right?
Yes.
We are the heaven that the whole, see, when us being on earth supposed to create heaven.
Yes.
That's what our sister was talking about tonight. She's talking about our existence. You know, we supposed to create this heaven for ourselves, not fall victim to Satan's system. You know, that whole message was a powerful message tonight. And family, we're at that time where, of course, we all get to participate in giving our tithes, donations, and offerings. We really, at this time, opening up the floor so you can chime in. Make sure that you take a look at the screen, do a screenshot as you need to make a screenshot. But you can cash app us at, what it is, $donate NOY. If you got PayPal, you can PayPal us. You know, your offerings, your donation, your tithes, you know, your building
Brother
fund.
Jeremiah, just a mic check, because we all excited, but we know technology, it don't take but one button. For some of our family who's hosts and co-hosting out there, please come online to make sure that we're broadcasting still live and we're not talking private.
Oh, you coming through good.
Yeah, just checking.
We're just checking, you know.
Yeah, because we get messages. Somebody say it was some technical stuff going on. Well, you know what? We having a Yahweh party in here.
Right.
We want to make sure we're not having a personal Yahweh party
By ourselves.
By ourselves. This is a public Yahweh party. This is for the nation and the world at large. We're talking about bringing about the kingdom of heaven, and it begins with us starting with amongst ourselves.
It sure
Well,
does.
family.
Praise Yahweh. We hear you, sis.
All right, praise Yahweh. Well, I want to set the tone tonight, and I am in the process of sending a cash app for $100 in contribution of our nation building efforts.
Praise Yahweh. Start it off, sister. Get it going. That's what I'm talking about.
See, that good and perfect gift. See, now she has manifested that good and perfect gift. She took it from the spiritual to the tangible.
And that's what it's about, y'all. Hey, I'm going to keep saying it. You know, repetition is how, I'm going to keep saying it every night. Repetition is how Satan deceived us. Repetition is how we're going to be able to free ourselves from Satan. You know, so as we continue to build a nation, the only way that we're going to tear down Satan's kingdom is build Yahweh's kingdom up. And it starts one brick at a time.
That's
and
it.
Total sis for adding your bricks to it. Family, you're out there. Hey, throw your bricks in there as well. We waiting for you.
Yeah, because the lines are open at this point. You can unmute yourself and make a donation, a pledge, a gift. You can raise your hand. You can be recognized. You can put it in the chat. I'm going to go back because I do remember, I want to say from, I believe it was night one that Brother Daniel put out that $100 challenge, and people have been me. See, so Queen Tamah has met that challenge tonight. I'm going to follow along with her and add another $100 to go along with that challenge. And I'm reaching out and inviting the rest of the family to meet that challenge about building our nation.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And do we have our sister Ziva on tonight?
Yes, sure. Yes, shalom. I'm on it, brothers.
All right, all right. That's what I want to hear, sis. You own it. Praise Yahweh. Happy feast
Hello.
weeks.
Told our sister Ziva.
We got some hands raised.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, let's go through the board. We getting excited. Let's look. Yes, we're gonna go and we go start on the top. And we see brother, yeah, we excited here, so y'all gotta give us a second. The technology is moving faster than our eyes. Brother Seth, if you can unmute yourself, we see you.
Oh, praise Yahweh. Okay, you see me. Good,
Praise
good.
Yahweh, brother.
Praise Yahweh. It's all about the increase. See, the increase of the government shall be no end. And the government of Yahweh is upon our shoulders. And it's all about the increase of the government, and the zeal of the Lord Yahweh shall perform this. It's all about that zeal that we display and that we have. And Brother Samuel, Brother Ben Yahweh, I hear that zeal. I feel the zeal. And I got $100 that I'm giving towards the nation of
Praise
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
All right, let's do this.
I hear that zeal coming from you too.
That zeal.
I can feel that same zeal.
Hey,
Praise
talk
Yahweh,
that talk,
yes.
bro. Talk that
Praise
talk.
Yahweh.
That's the talk we want to hear.
All right.
Yahweh.
That zeal. Let's keep it and spread it.
Indeed it is.
All those that receive.
Yes, sir.
All right, shalom, my brother.
Shalom, shalom.
All right. And we going down the board. I think I see Abba Hashem is out there. If you can unmute yourself, we see you.
Praise Yahweh.
Shalom, brothers.
Shalom, shalom. Happy Feast of Weeks.
Oh, thank you. Told even though I'm on break at work right now, I donate $10 to the nation of Yahweh. Praise Yahweh, Yahweh.
See, Yahweh Hashem, that's what it's about, working. But see, it's okay to be working, but see, you working for your own freedom. We're not working only for the oppressor. We're working to build our kingdom. See, when you do that, when you're working for your God, you're working for yourself.
Yes, sir.
And your actions show that.
Sir.
And we thank you.
We thank you, brother. Praise
So
Yahweh.
welcome.
Who else we got, brother?
Let's see if we can keep moving. We go looking.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's time.
Brother
It's time.
Is that you back on, or you just unmuted?
Oh, I'm still unmuted.
You still got that zeal. I understand.
That's I'm gonna unmute.
All right, we're gonna go to a quick performance, and we're gonna come right back.
While our family,
Yeah. So I'm thinking we ain't have no sound in.
Yeah, because we're hearing it, but we're not hearing it.
we did not have sound.
Working, we could see it, but we couldn't hear it. While we're
Yes.
working on that sound, we want to recognize Sister Shifra from West Palm or Palm Beach County. with a $50 pledge to building the kingdom of Yahweh. Told our sis.
Praise Yahweh. That's what it's about, family. When we come together, it's about us coming together as one. See, the oneness is what's going to allow for us to take over this world, you know. But as we stay divided, see, we can be conquered being divided. But see, it's all about the oneness that we have to represent. That's what's going to build the nation of Yahweh. And see, your support and your commitment to this is key to everything. So we praise Yahweh for each and every one of you that are contributing, you know, tonight, last night, the night before that, and the ones that continue to contribute, you know, consistently. That's what it's about, family, when it comes to building the kingdom of heaven.
Consistently supporting and building our own. We have to wake up to our own reality. Is we have to build our own kingdom, the kingdom of heaven, and make it manifested. And Feast of Weeks is where we, as the tribe of Judah, make that a reality.
We sure do. And family, trying to get some things together, we might have to play. We're going to come right back. We're going to go a little quick break, and we're going to come right back.
Commercial break, and we're going to try to get that.
Praise Yahweh. Y'all know we go way back. Hey, that's back in Orlando
Man,
times.
that was a beautiful dance.
I'm telling you, man. And hey, I tell you what, we got what came through the chat. There. We got a whole lot of them just like that, or similar to that. You know, what we having? We got some sound issues.
No, it's good. I believe it's good. I was just looking at the that performance
Oh, reminiscing.
with our sister. Yeah. And the sax man with his smooth sounds.
Oh man, tell me about it. But family, we're still in donation, nation building, fundraising mode. We still have the information up on the screen. We don't want you to stop now. We want you to continue to give, and give. You know, one of the things Yahweh always said when you would come to the feast, you supposed to give it all. You don't supposed to leave with nothing.
He would say, leave it all. Take enough, keep enough to get you back home. That was it. Come and drop everything off at the feast. That way we could build our kingdom. And you still have a little time because we're at night 6. We still got one more night left, so you still have time. It is Friday. They normally say when the eagle fly. In layman's term, that means now money is flowing. The whole purpose of Feast of Weeks is for us to trap those resources and bring them back into our nation.
Yes, sir. Indeed. Indeed it is. So family, like the lines up, if you chime in and is someone unmuted?
I'm just checking the board, seeing if it's clear. Look like no, the board is still clear.
Well, praise Yahweh. If like we said, the lines are still open.
Shalom, brothers.
Shalom. That
sound like Brother Daniel? Unless I didn't see. If I didn't see you,
Yeah,
Daniel,
yes, it is. Yes, it is, Brother Samuel. You missed me, but I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Well, praise Yahweh, Todah Yahweh, for a blessed Feast of Weeks. The tonight class, as well as all the classes, has been incredible, and tonight, Sister Tamah class was just as well. You know, we here in Miami believe in the cause. We believe in our nation because we truly understand the works of Yahweh Ben Yahweh and the charge that we have been given. And, you know, it's a saying that we've always said, you know, we've been working for Yahweh a mighty long time, but we're not tired yet. And we know that we have to continue this work on. So in the spirit of Yahweh Ben Yahweh and for the legacy of our father, Yahweh Ben Yahweh, and the continuing works of rescuing our future, we're going to continue to put our money where our heart is. And we, as one of the representatives of the Miami congregation, myself, as well as Brother Levon, as well as Sister Ziva, as well as Brother Seth, as well as Brother Jeremiah Job, and a host of other Hebrew Israelites for the nation of Yahweh in Miami, Florida. We're going to donate tonight once again and stay consistent. We're going to donate $300 to our cause for the nation of Yahweh.
Miami is raising the bar, raising the roof, raise the roof.
Calling all cities, calling out all cities.
Yes, sir.
Well, Daniel's making another challenge. He's making a challenge. Go ahead, Brother Daniel.
Praise Yahweh. Told our brothers, keep up the good work.
Praise Yahweh. Yeah, man, that's what it's about, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, it's wonderful when we come together and we pool our resources to make a difference for ourselves.
Right. And there's no better place than where we are right now at the Feast of Weeks. See, this is where we come to learn about our true history, the world's best kept secret. See the knowledge and the information that you receive from, you know, our teaching priest, our teaching priestess, you know, that information, if you was to pay for that information, Bruh,
a university, it would be at a university and they couldn't afford it. You'd have to get a loan and go in debt.
Right. So to come out your pocket and just give.
He said he can't hear us.
Something going on, I guess.
Yeah, no. We're going to do a pause because it's like we getting a tech. If anybody is out. Now, we just got a chat that said everything just went blank.
The sound is very low, Brother Samuel.
The sound is low?
Sound is low. It's saying the sound is low.
Oh, I know why that sounds low. Turn your mic back on. Oh, your mic is on. Turn your mic on. My mic, the one wasn't on. See, we got this high profile technology in here, brother. Family. We have to learn all this stuff here.
We're testing it, and it's good. We're testing it live. Sometimes there's when you do some things like you're going into a battle, you don't have time to do a warm up. You got to test it when you're in battle.
Right.
Okay. Well, say as a soldier, I believe in give me a sword. I'm ready to go and put it in the battle. It might be a new sheath. I'm gonna test it in battle. So the enemy better beware.
Yes, sir. No, family. That's a part of growth. One thing my sister shared tonight when it was talking about the practice of us becoming, perfect in everything that we do. She shared the scripture Matthew 5:48. That's what it's about, family. It's about that. And we praise Yahweh for each and every one of you that are reaching out to us, making sure that, our sound is right, making sure, if something ain't going right, you're participating. That's the oneness. You're participating.
Because see, we as rulers, even though we family as rulers, the scriptures say iron sharpeneth iron. That's how we make ourselves better.
Right.
See, we don't want to be in a society where they point fingers and they want to criticize. It's about building up. See, because when I'm exalted, you're exalted. When you get exalted, I'm exalted. It says one God, one mind, one love, and one action. But that was a call. Those are marching orders to make it a reality.
It is. Yes, indeed. Well, family, we're probably a little over, but the lines are still open. And especially the lines for you to make your your donations or pay your tithes or give towards the building funds, that will always be open. You can screenshot that, like I said before. You can take a picture of it, however you want to do it. We want you to continue to give, even when we're off the air. We want you to continue to give. So make sure you screenshot it, take a picture of it. That's how you can contribute to what we're doing as a nation. And remember, this is a part of your nation. And everything that goes down, like if you have children, and that was one of the biggest things, like the performance we just showed you, that was some of our youth from here in Orlando. Some of them right now, oh, I'm coming through, ain't I? Well, how I'm coming through?
See, technology is a beautiful thing, but when they see, I'm so open, and that's why when they it's called smart devices and smart technology. Sometimes the technology is smarter than we are.
It outdoes us.
AI is moving faster than we can do. Now we can pull the plug on it, right? But if you pull the plug and shut it down. But I guess we have to call it. This is like the last call before we close. But the beautiful thing is, now technology has just posted us on the screen and it's blocking. But see, our lines are open 24/7. So you can wake up with an epiphany and you want to give to Yahweh, you can do it in the middle of the night.
Yes, indeed. All right, family. Well, we get into that.
See, what it's telling us is we have to sit perfectly still.
And I think, see, that's look at that. See, that's that powerhouse camera and that cameraman there. They be acting up. See,
that camera is smarter than us.
Right. Well, let's go ahead and get ready to shut down. Family, we do appreciate your attendance tonight. We praise Yahweh for each and every one of you coming on tonight. Those that have contributed to what we're doing as a nation. Just keep in mind, tomorrow night is the last night that we'll be coming together. And tomorrow night, brother, we have a very, very what? Hold on. We got somebody else coming in?
Nope, that was it.
Okay.
I thought you was actually checking about tomorrow. I was
Okay.
trying to look
No.
for tomorrow.
Yeah. So we have a powerful speaker tomorrow night. Brother Levon Yisrael Ben Yahweh will be up tomorrow night. Please do not miss this. This brother here is going to bring it like he always does. And if you have ever been in his presence and heard one of his presentations, you know what I'm talking about. So get ready for tomorrow night because it's going to be a powerful, powerful presentation.
Yeah, you do not want to miss Brother Levon because when he brings it, he brings it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, family, we're going to get ready to close out in prayer. My brother, will you do us the honors?
Okay, so if you're in a position, we ask that you face the east while we close out in prayer. Tefillah, Avenu Shabashamayim, Yikade Semerka, Tavo Malkateaka, Yease Rezonka, Kivashamayim, Kain Baretz, Elekem Kukenu, Tain Lanu Hayom, Uslak Lanu, All Kartenu, Ke Moshe Sokim, Gamanaknu, Lakotem Lanu, Veal Tevenu, Lede Nisayom, Kim Kal Senu, Minara, Kilaka, Hamamlaha, Veha Givara, Veha Teferes, Leolame, Olamim, Sila. We thank thee, O Yahweh, O living and eternal King, who has so mercifully restored our souls within us. Praise Yahweh.
Yeah. Ascended angels. Yeah.
At the Feast of Weeks.
We at the Feast of Weeks. Come on.
At the Feast of Harvest.
The Feast of Harvest, the Feast of Reaping.
First fruits for Yahweh. First fruits for Yahweh. First fruits for Yahweh. 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 Don't let thy hands be empty. Give unto the Lord plenty. 3 times a year shall all the males appear before Yahweh. Yahweh. Yahweh.
Yeah.
We stand here before you, giving Yahweh
feast of